Sup Shredders, my name is Logan, aka Spider Hands, and welcome to Desperate Reviews, where today we have ourselves an album by an act named LandoIsLiving titled One Rose at a Time, and we're going to be reviewing 3 tracks off of this album. So if we switch over to here, we have it on Spotify. I'm just gonna we've got what have we got? We've got All Truth that we're listening to today, as well as Fast Life. And I think it's also Honest. So we're gonna listen to those 3 from start to finish. Let's go. Let's do this. I'm trying to get the groove of it. I'm trying to figure out what time signature it is. Oh, now it's a lot. See the magic of drums and how they can suddenly put everything else into context? I was kind of struggling with it a little bit. We've got it now.
I don't really know what they're saying about me, but it's all true and I don't care. And if you come through, then we might go there. I don't really know what they're saying about me, but it's all true and I don't care. And if you come through, then we might go there. Come and find out what's up.
So, great starting in chorus. We got a nice hook line there. We mentioned the All Truth hook line in there as well, the name of the song, so that's fantastic. The vocals are nice and clear in the mix. The 808 is nice and tight, and the drums are punchy, and it's sounding very, very professional so far.
Come and find out what's up. They can talk about me, I don't give a single fuck. Keep my name up in your mouth because I love all the attention. Shorty wanna fuck with me, but she got bad intentions. Not to mention the lack of comprehension on a watch that costs her pension and a whip on low suspension. Whoa, whoa, but hear me out. I really like the music and she really likes the cloud.
Cool, having this voice carry like that. A little bit of vocal grit in there. Interesting effects chain on the vocals as well.
I don't really know what they're saying about.
And it was cool to have the vocals split on the sides and have those other synth elements and pad elements there as well. It's a nice straightforward track with little bits of elegance in there, and I dig it.
But it's all true and I don't care. And if you come through, then we might go there. I don't really know what they're saying about me, but it's all true and I don't care. And if you come through, then we might go there. So come and find out what's up with me. Come fuck with me. I've been chilling with the homies, feeling brotherly. I just wanna run it up and live in luxury. But let me tell you something, okay, oh. I don't really care what they're saying about me. I don't even really give a fuck. I've been doing what I want and I've been running this shit up. And not a single thing you ever say could make me give it up. Real shit, I've been doing this for years and they don't think that I'm legit. What the hell? How many albums and tickets do I gotta sell? I've been running and getting these bags, I feel like I'm Odell. I ain't even gotta prove it, I know that I'm doing well. I don't really know what they're.
Cool. Yeah. Guy's clearly a skilled rapper. Got great ability to be able to keep belting out those words at that speed there with that consistency without taking a breath is impressive, dude. That lung capacity is admirable. Yeah. And straight back into the chorus. There's been no filler, even though the theme of the song is fairly easy to understand. Great. Sick. Alright, that's cool. That's a hell of an 808 tone, actually. We've got a fade out at the end. That's really fascinating. Good job, LandoIsLiving, with One Rose at a Time, All Truth, the opening track. Great first impression. Off the bat, you get the, dude, I'm just doing what I want. I don't care what these people think about me. If you want to be with me, I've got a person who wants to be with me because she wants the clout. I'm just doing what I got to do to get by kind of vibe from it. And that's great. It kind of sets you up with an understanding that if you're going to listen through this album, you're getting the raw story, the authenticity of it is very important to LandoIsLiving. And it sets your expectations as well as the professional quality of it and his ability to rap and melodically rap. I dig it. We got Fast Life, which is track number 2. Well, it's track number 4, but it's the second one we're doing today. Got Got the guitar intro as well again.
I live a fast life, my bitch is ass nice. We talking she gon' get a discount, get it half price. But I've been rolling up that gas and I've been smoking on an O. In the back of a Maybach, too drunk to hold my phone. I got fast life, she want a fast life. I got that pedal to the metal, we got gas right. I think I fell in love with shorty, we met last night. But if we fight over a bitch, then that's our last fight.
Fight over a bitch, that's our last fight. Damn, man. Yep, instantly communicates what the title of the song is about. You get the vibe of it. You have similar instruments to what you had in that first track, All Truth, including, I think that might be the same 808, which allows you to easily connect the tracks as part of an album. It's great.
Shawty told me I ain't never gonna be capable. A big fuck you to everyone that thought I was replaceable. She said she got a boyfriend, but for me she's still available. Compare me to your man, I'm gonna win, it ain't debatable. No, it ain't debatable, I know you ain't relatable. I'm going up, I'm blowing up, I feel like an inflatable. And if we have a problem, you gon' tell me I ain't changeable. Like we ain't had any problem once before, they interchangeable. But fuck them, I don't want no beef, so if I leave then I might duck 'em.
That fucking part where there was just a space was a nice way to split up that verse stanza. Great. Just having a bit of a break after the pace of it to slow things down and then get back into it allows the listener to recalibrate for a moment, and then boom, we're ready to accept more information.
I don't want no smoke, but we might need it, so we talk 'em. I've been rolling with my homies and some bitches, I might suck 'em. Yeah, whoa. I live a fast life, my bitch is ass nice. We talking she gon' get a discount, get it half price. But I've been rolling up that gas and I've been smoking on an O. In the back of a Maybach, too drunk to hold my phone. I got fast life, she want a fast life. I got that pedal to the metal, we got gas right. I think I fell in love with shorty, we met last night. But if we fight over a bitch, then that's our last fight. And every shorty told me I ain't never gonna be capable. A big fuck you to everyone that thought I was replaceable. She said she got a boyfriend, but for me she's still available. Compare me to your man, I'm gonna win, it ain't debatable. Okay, shit.
Then that swagger, that bravado there, compared to man, it ain't debatable. Like I'm gonna win, it ain't debatable and stuff like that. You know, like there's a confidence here. But if what LandoIsLiving is talking about is true, then you can believe what he's saying, and he kind of does deserve that swagger, you know?
I done fell in love with shawty in one night. I was walking through the dark until I ran into a light. I done messed up all the other times, but this one's feeling right. Cause that shit that coming out so raw, ain't even got it right. And if you ever walked away, then I don't want you in my sight. And if I ever felt that I was wrong, I tell you that you're right. Yeah, I tell you that you're right. Yeah.
A bit of vocal fiddling there, which is a nice change. It's also nice to not just have the kick come in here. I think that would have been a little bit too predictable here. Having the high mid-range focus in the frequency spectrum here was a good choice. We know there's enough time for another hook, right?
She want a fast life. I got that pedal to the metal, we got gas right. I think I fell in love with shorty, we met last night. But if we fight over a bitch, then that's our last fight. And every shorty told me I ain't never gonna be capable. A big fuck you to everyone.
I mean, I'm nodding my head, not because I'm faking it, but because it's got a great groove to it. That quarter note groove, quarter note accent. Sick. Fantastic. No worries at all. I'm really happy with what I heard from there. Again, it's at the same level as All Truth. There's that level of polish to it and precision that I really appreciate. Shows that LandoIsLiving is taking this seriously with one rose at a time. And you need to have each track be strong within an album, you know, because you never know when someone's going to be like, oh, what about the one that hasn't got the whole lot of plays? You know what I mean? But yeah, we've got Honest, I think, which is number 3. Yeah. Again, that guitar-led tone. He really likes his guitar-led intros with the bass drum.
Let me be real honest with you, I've been feeling sad. I know I just fucked it up with everything that made you mad. Every single thing about you was so good and now it's bad. Cause it makes me think about you and the special thing we had. Let me be real honest with you, I hate limitations. I get fed up with the bullshit and I'm sick of imitations. I just had to cut some people off to fix my situation. And I'll always be my
It's nice to have him be a little bit more low key in this. I'm glad that when we're showing a little bit of fragility and vulnerability, that we're not just having the same kind of the same kind of charismatic intensity that we had with like Fast Life and All Truth, you know? You can like lower it down a little bit and it still works.
She says, come through. I said, I'm too fucked to drive. I'm alone and in my head, so I don't know if I'll survive. Let me be real honest, I don't see the point. I've been coping with my problems on the porch, I spark a joint. I've been dealing with these issues every day, I need a tissue. And there's not a single morning I wake up that I don't miss you. Not a single night that I don't wanna roll over and kiss you. Cause I love you and I really wish I could've made it work. I don't know what I'ma do, but every day's been feeling worse. I've been going through the motions, I can barely do this verse.
Damn. I think this is legitimately him trying to reach out to someone that he was in a relationship with and being honest and true about that. And I think that's a beautiful thing. This kind of feels like I should be listening to this. Do you know what I mean?
I get real emotional, I don't know what to do. I don't wanna grow apart and I don't want nobody new. You're the only one I want and I'm just sorry that's the truth. You're the only one I want, I'm sorry that's the truth. Me, myself, and I. Oh, why, oh, why, oh, why? It's just me, myself, and I. She says, come through. I said, I'm too fucked to drive. I'm alone and in my head, so I don't know if I'll survive. Let me be real honest with you, you open my eyes. You show me you're safe and not everybody lies. I really love my family and I really love my guys. I know some of it will be there till the day I die. Sick of feeling tired and I'm sick of asking why.
It's nice to not only sort of talk about the struggles, but what you're also appreciative of and grateful for. I think that's a great sort of source of balance within this track, the story it's telling.
But nobody wanna try. I'm sick of getting drunk, but I still wanna get high. Rolling up my feelings and I put them in the sky. Me, myself, and I. Oh, why, oh, why, oh, why? It's just me, myself, and I. She says, come through. I said, I'm too fucked to drive. I'm alone and in my head, so I don't know if I'll survive.
Oh, we got that vocal, a little vocal effects there. Nice and subtle.
Know if I'll survive.
Trying to figure out if the vocals were all the same loudness throughout or if there were changes in some of the takes, some of the parts. I think there might have been differences in the loudness of it, but it worked fine. I think it's great. Like you could like that he had to record more than one take of the vocals just because you had overdubs and stuff like that and side vocals and bits. But that's okay. Honest by LandoIsLiving, which I think is just about him sort of coping with the story that the journey he's had, communicating the struggles that he's had in regards to like alcohol and like stuff and dealing with the temptation and trying to find a better way of doing it, I suppose. Or maybe it was just about his struggle within itself. But yep, all truth, talking about what people had said and it being the case, you know, fast life, the pace at which we rush with each other and being loyal to each other and just you know, just not taking time for granted and though there's a bit of chaos within that fast life, and then honest to talking about the struggles that LandoIsLiving is having and trying to sort of reconciliate and understand the situations better. 3 really interesting tracks. You know, with me not that's basically the start of the conclusion, is talking about what the tracks are about. As an album, I can only assume that this is One Rose at a Time. If I was to take that at face value without the context of the album, I'd assume it's talking about him talking to different women or different people and handing them a rose, you know? Or maybe this is to one person and discussing the fast life, honest and all truth to the one person he's in a relationship with. Or maybe it's a person he was in a relationship with. I'm not quite sure. There's several people involved within the stories that LandoIsLiving is talking about. He's addressing the you, etc. There's a person that's in mind for each of these tracks, and I think that's great. As well as other people. You get more of an understanding about his life and where he comes from and what inspires him and all that. Combine that with the rapping that's really fluent, clearly pronounces the words. The vocal performance is great. Clearly someone who's had a lot of practice with rapping and singing as well. I think it's fantastic, and it sounded authentic as well. It didn't sound like there was any BS or anything like that on this track. It sounded like a honest window that you could search through into his life, and it's great. I think that's part of what makes music more meaningful, is when there's a humanity behind it. Especially what I like about Honest is that it's a big change in the feeling and the kind of image that's being presented from like All Truth and Fast Life. Maybe not a big change. There's like there's big and small bits. It depends on how you see it. You know, the structures for these tracks, you definitely had a hook focus on them with the verses and stuff like that. Each of these tracks had a sort of a main thing that they bounced off throughout the whole entire time, and that's part of the strength of having a sort of a 2 to 3 minute track like this. You can get away with that as long as the initial musical theme with the various instruments is interesting, and as long as you're doing stuff in regards to the production of the vocals and just in regards to the way you tell the story that keeps it engaging. You know, you had guitar, bass, synths, pads, and all that kind of stuff. You had consistent use of the same tones to link them together, and the recording, mixing, and mastering was fairly spot on as well. I think we were explorative about the ways that we pan the instruments and where we put like vocal parts, and we had nice filtering effects and all that. And the way that we also paid attention to the role of the instruments within the harmonies, and also in regards to the different frequency spectrums, we took some of the low end away sometimes to make it sound like we were floating. And there was other great stuff going on. It sounded really professional. It's a great first impression of what LandoIsLiving does. I've got no real complaints about this track. I wish LandoIsLiving the best of luck. I wish LandoIsLiving the best of luck in future. And I hope that they can continue to find exposure for their music and find fans that can relate to their music, as I feel like a lot of this stuff is relatable, and I think that's gonna help them to go far. Yeah, effectively that is my review of That is my review of LandoIsLiving's album, One Rose at a Time. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy this album by LandoIsLiving, please do go show them some love via the various social medias and Spotify. Stay cool and stay safe, and please also remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as they need the help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on in the world. Catch you in next review. Spider hands up.